Hello and welcome to the show, and welcome to Serebryanyy Shtyk. The unit is now in the Carpathians, and after passing through the village of Sorrows and finding a map to the broken watchtower, they're entering the Witch Woods. Their mission is to drive Muma Paduri out of the woods. So let's meet the Serebryanyy Shtyk that's going to go on this adventure. They're led by Baron Igor Jerkov. He has great faith and is inspiring. Known only as the priest, the unit's champion of faith has miracles and is a supernatural veteran. He carries a holy symbol. Ivan the Impaler is a veteran hunter and he's hard to put down. Babushka is the unit's supernatural investigator. Molotov is the sapper. Plonka, cousin of Klonka, is the infantry fodder. Unfortunately, Dorky the grenadier has already fallen by the wayside. Having gained the map and the information to get to the broken watchtower, the unit know they've got to cross Witch Woods, a forbidding area of primeval forest. First to activate is Molotov, and he'll make his way around that boggy area. Next up it's the priest. He will follow, and the Baron. He will also do the same. For this scenario, I'm going to say the living scarecrows will be pretty static until the unit gets pretty close, but the wolves will be straight in there. So this wolf will immediately move in over here. Can't quite get there. And this wolf will move down here. Look out, chaps, here they come. Next to activate is Plonka. Well, here he is. He will fire and reload. +1 to hit. Ooh, look at that. That is a kill immediately. Gone. For his Babushka, she will keep safe with the Baron and the rest of the gang there. And finally Ivan, who will move over here and fire at that wolf. Just +1 because he moved. And that's a miss. End of turn, random event. 1 is no event. Right, I did forget to move this wolf here in the corner, so he will run across, moving his full 8 inches. And at the end of the turn also, one of the members of the unit, randomly selected, will move 4 inches in a random direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Babushka. And unfortunately for her, she moves towards the wolf. Oh dear. Well, that is the end of turn. So the plan for the Serebryanyy Shtyk will be to move down this side of the woods, keeping a left flank protection from all the baddies and the monsters, and start searching the clue markers along this edge. First to activate is Ivan. He will reload and fire at that wolf. He's on +2 to hit, which is 10, and that's a miss. Next up is Molotov. Well, he will do the same in that he will fire at this wolf here. He's +1 to hit. Gets 18, 19 with 8 points of damage, and the Dark Wolf only has 8. He's gone. And Molotov will reload. And now the Baron, and he will leapfrog them and move towards this clue marker. And I think he'll sprint actually, he can't do anything else. Which he does, goes another 4. There he is, closing in on that clue marker in the corner. He's just outside of 8 inches from living scarecrow here, so he can't move. However, that wolf is straight into Babushka. +1. And that's a miss. Babushka will fight back. She has +2 melee actually, which is 13. That's a hit for 8 points of damage because she's got a heavy weapon, must be a broomstick or something. And you know what? She has clubbed that wolf to death. So well done her. The other scarecrows are too far away at the moment, so next to activate is Plonka. He will move over here, and I think he'll sprint. Well, he doesn't do, so just go another 2. Providing that flank protection there with Ivan. The priest, he'll move up towards the Baron. He will also see if he can sprint. No, he can't, so he just goes another 2. And the final activation is Babushka, and she will move down here and another 2 there. Right, random event. 2. Look out, a Dark Wolf has just appeared in the rear. One unit member moves randomly. It is the priest. Which way is he going? Well, he can't go off the table, but he goes over here. So again, idiotically, moving closer to the monster. New turn. First to activate is Ivan. He'll reload and move. Babushka's up next. Well, I tell you what, she's going to move into that clue marker there. Oh, would you believe it? The ace of spades. Not now, Lemmy. The hovel itself. So there we have it. Babushka's found the hovel, hiding in this clump of trees, and as luck would have it, she has the fire-making equipment as well. And the Baron will activate. Well, I think he will move over here and protect old Babushka, and also, oh look, there's a scary living scarecrow. I think he might give that a pop. So a fire with his pistol, it's damage reduction 8, so he might not do much damage here. Got to hit first, which he doesn't do. Right, so that's one pistol unloaded. And that living scarecrow is going to go straight in. He can only go 5, but he's close enough. +1 for melee. And that's a miss. The Baron will fight back at +2. And that's a miss as well. Scarecrow will back away. Over here, this wolf is going to go straight into the priest. He's +1 on the melee. Well, that's a miss. Priest will fight back, 0. 14 for 9 points of damage. Whoa. Sorry, mate, you're gone. Well done, the priest. Right, 6 is Plonker. He will move over here and fire at the living scarecrow there. Net 0 because he moved. That's a miss. That's Molotov. He will move over here, and final activation is the priest. And he'll move over here with Babushka. Right, end of turn, random event. 5. 2 dark wolves. Well, another one pops up in their rear here, and the other one's on the opposite side of the table by this living scarecrow, looking across the little glade there. Right, who's moving randomly? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's Ivan. Which way's he going? He's coming over this way. Alright, that's not too bad. 4 inches. End of turn. First card up is Ivan the Impaler. Well, he'll zoom past the Baron and get straight in on that scarecrow. +2 melee. That is a hit for 8 points of damage, which is reduced to 0. So no effect. Sorry, fella. Scarecrow will slash back. +1. That's 12, which is a miss. So Ivan will have to back away. Next to activate is Babushka. Well, there she is. She's got oil and torches, so she needs a courage check of 16, but gets a +4 to the roll because of those oil and torches. So here we go, needs 12. 16. The hovel starts to burn. Unit doing well at the moment. One of the tasks is completed, burning the hovel. Plonker's up next. Well, he will reload and fire at the living scarecrow. +1 to hit. Oh dear, useless. Miss. So he remains unloaded. Right, well that scarecrow will crack on into the Baron. +1 for the scarecrow is 11. That's not good enough. Baron's defense is 14. Baron will fight back. +2. Well, there we go. That's 19 with 10 points of damage, which is reduced to 2, but at least he hit it. And Scarecrow will back away. Over this side, Molotov, watch your back. You got a dark wolf going right up your jacksy now. There he goes. He'll turn a face. Wolf is +1. That's 13, which is a hit for 7 points of damage. That's a heavy hit on Molotov. He's down to 3 health. He will fight back. He is +1, which is 12. Defense of 12, does 10. Heavy weapon, does 11. Mr. Wolf has gone. And the other wolf here will start to make his way over to Molotov again. Right, the Baron's up again. I've got to get rid of this scarecrow. He will reload and fire. And that's a miss. That's Molotov, who will turn around here, fire at that wolf. He's on +1. That is a miss, and he will reload. And final card is the priest. Well, there he is by the burning hovel. He's seen the Dark Wolf attack Molotov in the rear and give him a bit of a mauling, so he's going to try and do a miracle of healing. Needs 10. Gets 16, so he is healed 3, back up to 6, and the priest drops to 9. Right, end of turn event. 9. That's a forest walker, and unfortunately for Ivan, he pops up right there. Random movement of a unit member is Babushka, and I guess fortunately for her, she goes over here, away from the fire. That is the end of turn. Well, this forest walker is bad news for the unit. He's a strong geezer, so Baron, Ivan and Plonker, you're in the firing line, and you've also got this living scarecrow to deal with. And it is the Baron up first. Well, I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to run around old matey and go to this clue marker. It's the Jack of Clubs. Well, he's found an iron cauldron. Strange writing on the side, no language he recognises. It's filled with sticks. They gain 1 fate dice, which would be a power 1. And also, this is handy, is the Baron's attacks now count as fire for the rest of the game. He's got the living scarecrow and the forest walker right next to him, so that's pretty handy. Next to activate is the priest. He's down here. Well, I'll tell you what, he might just heal Molotov again. Needs 10. Doesn't get it, so drops a health point for no reason. And final activation is Babushka. Now she does have the ability to make fire, and I'll tell you what, she is going to move 6 and then sprint as fast as her little legs can carry her into the scarecrow. And she's got +2 melee, which is 14 for 9 points of damage. So she burns that scarecrow, and he's gone. Well done her. However, it does put her right in the firing line of this forest walker, who comes over to her there. It is +2 melee, which is 14, 15, 16 for 5 points of damage, and an extra 1 because he's strong, so Babushka takes a hefty 6. But she's a wily old bird and has 12, so her health is down to 6, and she will strike back with fire, +2. Oh, look at that. 17, 19 for 7 points of damage. And the old forest walker can't do anything about that, and takes a tumble to 7 health. And he'll have to back away. Meanwhile, it's Wolf-tastic with Molotov. Another wolf goes straight in. That's 1 to hit. 12. Molotov's defense is 13. That's not good enough. Molotov will strike back, +1. 14 for 7 points of damage. The wolf will back away, critically injured. Next card up is Plonker. Well, I think he will reload, turn around and fire at the wolf, try and finish him off. +1. That's a miss. Molotov himself, he will fire, again +1, and that's a kill. And he will reload. Final card is Ivan. Well, the old forest walker is immune to missiles. He hasn't got any fire or enchanted, so he's not going to be much cop there. I think he will go around and try and sprint for this clue marker, which he does, but he doesn't get there. So the unit's doing pretty well at the moment, but they've still got to find Muma Paduri. Where is she? Alright, random event 6, and that's a living scarecrow popped up over by the hovel here. They're a bit slow though, so the unit might be able to run away from him. And who's randomly moving? 1, it's the priest. Where's he going? Over there. That's not too bad. End of turn. Right, first to activate this turn is Molotov. I think he's just going to move towards the centre of the table here. Doesn't want to advance too far towards that scarecrow. For Babushka, well, I tell you what, she is straight into that forest walker. +2 to attack. 17, 5 points of damage. Ooh, the forest walker, he's got his twigs and branches burning now. He don't like it, he's down to 2 health, but he will strike back. For 16. Ooh, defense of 14, that's 9 points of damage on old Babushka. She has to back away, heavily wounded. In fact, I don't know about heavily wounded, she's going to be killed. So, we're going to have to do some damage reduction there. Ooh, 9 becomes 5. That's not enough, she's gone. Disaster. Next card up is Plonker. Whoa, I don't know, desperate times. He's going to storm in for melee, I think. +1 melee. Okay, what do we got there? 15. That's a hit. Forest Walker's defense is 13. Unfortunately though, damage reduction is 6, so that's no effect. Oof, unlucky. The Forest Walker will hit back at +2, which is a miss. I think that's lucky for Plonker, who will withdraw. But I think unfortunately for him, the Forest Walker's going to go for it. +2 is a miss. Lucky. Net 0 because of fatigue. 13 is a hit, but damage reduction of 6 is no effect, and the Forest Walker will have to move back. Right, look out, Tree Walker. Baron's in action. He will steam in with his burning stuff. The Baron gets +2. 13 is a hit for 7 points of damage because he's got his fire, and that, I'm afraid, is old matey burnt to the ground. He's gone. Well done, the Baron. Next up is Ivan. He's into the corner. What's he found? 10 of spades. He finds a strange bronze amulet depicting a wolf's head. Gain 1 power die, so we've got 2 more of them. And the figure's attack counts as enchanted for the rest of the game. Well, that might be handy against the Forest Witch. And final activation is the Priest, who again will have a healing attempt on Molotov. He gets it, so he gets another 3. Back up to 9, but the Priest is on 7. That's the end of turn. Random event. 3. Another Dark Wolf. Wow, they're pretty useless, aren't they? This one comes on here. We'll have to do some chasing to get over to Molotov and the Priest. I did forget to move this Scarecrow over here. You can only go 5, so I didn't get anybody this time. And finally a random movement for a member of the unit. It's the Baron. Which way is he going? He goes over here in the bog. That's the end of turn. Right, first card up is Ivan. Well, he is going to move over here and fire at that Scarecrow. +1 because he moved. Oh, look at that. 20 for 9 points of damage. However, damage reduction of 8. That Scarecrow gets 1 point of damage. Next to activate is the Baron. Well, he wandered off into the bog, so he's got to get out of that rough ground. That's 2. He'll go another 4. I think he will sprint. Which he does. He's got the fire sticks, and he's the only one that can take on that Scarecrow properly. This Scarecrow will move into the Priest, who will turn and face. The Scarecrow has +1 melee. Oh, that's a catastrophic failure. One of his arms falls off. That's a miss. The Priest will fight back. Has no pluses or minuses. 13. Well, damage reduction will kill that off anyway. Scarecrow will back away. This wolf will move in here, and this Scarecrow will go straight for the Baron. +1. 14 is just a hit, and that's going to be 3 points of damage. Baron will fight back. He's got his Bernie stuff. He's on +2 melee. That's 20 for 9 points of Bernie damage. And he's gone. That was a good clear out by the unit there. Next up is Plonker. He will reload, turn around and shoot the wolf. +1. That's a miss. Oh, I got the cards mixed up. This is Plonker, but actually it's going to be Molotov. So he will about turn and fire at the wolf. 14 is a hit, 10 damage gone. Last man to activate is the Priest, and he's going to leg it away from this Scarecrow. Goes 6. And will sprint another 4. End of turn event. 2. Well, these Dark Wolves are glutton for punishment, as another one's just popped up here. And who is moving randomly? It's Molotov, who's in the middle of the table. Which direction is he going? He goes over this way, which is not what the doctor ordered. End of turn. First card up, Plonker. He is going to move over here. Next to activate is Ivan. He will go to that clue marker. King of Spades. Forest Witch. Place the Forest Witch 6 inches away from the clue marker in a random direction, so long as it's on the table. Oh dear, here she is. Muma Paduri. And she pops out here right next to the Baron. Look out. Right, first off, we'll get this Scarecrow moving in on Molotov. +1. Ooh, 15. 5 damage on Molotov. We'll strike back. Oh, critical hit. Now that's interesting. So old Scarecrow matey gets another 2 extra damage, so that's a total of 12. He takes off 8, so that's 4 damage, and he will back away. So well done, Molotov. This wolf here will move over to the centre of the table, moving towards Molotov. They're all going for him. And Muma Pajuri will curse the Baron. He needs to make a courage check of 18, and he's got +3. Oh, look at that. He's got 15, +3 is 18. He's okay. Wow, fantastic. And he knows the hag is there now. 2 is the priest. Well, I guess it's all guns blazing. He'll move here. He does have a musket, so he's going to fire. -1 because he moved. Miss. Unloaded. 5 is Molotov. He will move over here. And he will fire at this wolf. -2. Well, that's 16 with 9 points of damage. That's cracking shooting. He's gone. And final activation is the Baron. Right, I think he will reload and fire. +1 accuracy. That is 14. Muma Pajuri's defense is 13, so that is a hit. It's damage reduction of 4, but that's still 6 damage. So that's the end of turn, and at the end of each turn, everybody's going to take a fear check because of the hag, and these 2 are within 6 inches, so they've got to do it. So Baron's a +3. 12, not a problem. That's no effect. The priest will be +5 because he gets an extra 1 for the inspiring there, which is 13. That's also okay, so no effect by the hag. Random event. 3. Another dark wolf comes out from the trees. He's a long way away from the unit. And who's moving in a random direction? Plonker. And he goes this way, which is good actually. Okay, fine. End of turn. First to activate is Ivan. Well, he's the only one that can take on the witch hand to hand at the moment, so he's going to turn around there and steam in. He's got the enchanted weapon. He's got +2 melee. The witch is on 6 health. 12, 14 is a hit for 5 damage. Can you believe it? She's still alive, just. She will strike back. +1 melee. 11, that's a miss. Ivan will have to back away. The witch is twitching. She's on 1 health. The Baron's up. Well, I tell you what, he's going to steam in as well. They've got to get rid of this hag. He's +2 melee, which is 12, 14, which is a hit for 5 damage, reduced by 4, which, hello, is enough to see off the hag. Oh dear, oh dear, she didn't do much too much, did she? She's gone. Well done, the Baron. This Scarecrow will amble towards Molotov in the middle, but I think at the moment it's mission accomplished. The unit just needs to get off the table. 6 is Plonker. He's gone. 5 is Molotov. About turn. And he's going to sprint. Doesn't make it. And finally the priest. He doesn't need a sprint, he's close enough. I forgot to move that wolf. He's not going to make it to the unit. Random event. 1, no event. Ooh, lucky. So the only members of the unit left are the Baron, Ivan and Molotov. Who's going to be silly and wanders off? It's Ivan. Which direction? Well, that's no good. It's towards the enemy. Ooh, but he's up first. So he will about turn, get his wits about him, move over here. If he sprints, he's off the table. 13, he does. He's gone. Scarecrow moves forward, and the wolf desperately trying to get towards the Baron, but he can't make it. Who now activates? He'll go 6, and he sprints off the table. Won't wear off for that one. And final character, Molotov, who looks over his shoulder at the ambling Scarecrow and the wolf snapping his jaws, and he runs off the table to join his comrades. He's gone. The unit picks up 6 experience points. They didn't get all 5 clue markers, and there were not at least 2 soldiers reduced to 0 health, thankfully. Well, Muma Pajuri isn't cackling anymore. She's gone, which means the unit have completed their mission. However, rather worryingly, they've lost Babushka, the supernatural investigator, which means that the rest of the campaign is going to be that much harder. So that's it for now. The next adventure will be when the unit has to cross the spine. Hope you can join me then. Thanks for watching.